Hey guys, it's Enigma Hood, and I want to talk about the somewhat recent accusations against Duke Nukem Forever, in that it was accused of being sexist. I believe, let me take a look here, the Vice President of the Women's Media Center, Jamia Wilson, said that the Capture the Babe mode was harmful because players have to abduct women and then lightly spank them on their ass while they're carrying them to their base. Capture the Babe mode is mostly just capture the flag, except instead of flags, you have scantily clad women. Now, is Duke Nukem Forever sexist? I don't know. Duke Nukem started out in Duke Nukem 1 and 2, and there was no reference to women at all in those games, as far as I can recall. At least no images. Maybe there might have been like some kind of text remark, but I doubt it. I don't remember anything like that. The whole woman thing, the babe thing, started in Duke Nukem 3D, and I thought in that game it was done well. It wasn't over the top. I mean, you had all these scantily clad women in a first-person shooter, and that was really novel at the time. And really kind of set it apart from all these other shooters like Doom and stuff, where it was taking place in like a science fiction setting. There was no real world chicks at all. But this game took place in the real world, and there were babes that were scantily clad, and that was pretty cool. But it never really crossed the line. It never depicted them as completely idiotic, except at the end where you had that dumb bitch who, had that whiny voice and stuff like that. Other than that, it didn't depict them as complete morons, at least. But in Duke Nukem Forever, like all the media that we've seen so far, with those, schoolgirl twins and stuff like that, it's taking it to another level. It is depicting them as complete morons, as well as sex objects. And I don't know if Duke Nukem Forever is sexist, but I can say that it's definitely more immature than Duke Nukem 3D was. And I think they're going too far in that direction. I thought it would have been good if it just had like scantily clad women, but without the whole let's depict them as complete morons thing. I didn't think that was really necessary. And a lot of the comments that Duke Nukem himself is making just make him sound like an idiot, like an immature little moron, and it really gets away from what made Duke Nukem 3D so cool. I feel like Duke Nukem Forever is kind of becoming more and more like a parody of itself, and it's not taking itself serious enough. And that's okay. It's okay not to take yourself too seriously, but Duke Nukem 3D was a hardcore game. I mean, it was a real thing. It wasn't just like a stupid parody. And I kind of feel like they're going a little bit too far with that in Duke Nukem Forever. And that's a little disappointing. When Duke Nukem made that one comment about that alien queen thing in the trailer and said, "Hey, I'd still hit it." It's like, it was so asinine and dumb. I was like, what is this? I know that he's not the smartest guy in the world, but I never thought Duke Nukem was a complete moron until I heard him talking in this game. And I find that to be, detracting away from the experience. I want to think that Duke Nukem is a badass. I don't want to think of him as an idiot. That's my take on the situation. Whether it's sexist or not, I don't really think I'm in a position to judge that. I do think that the game should be taken into context, just like any other media out there. There have been other games and other forms of media, like movies and so forth, that did treat women like sex objects. But they do have to be taken in context to the situation, So perhaps you could say that Duke Nukem Forever is no more sexist than Resident Evil 5 is racist, or that Grand Theft Auto Vice City was racist. Everything just has to be taken into context of the setting and so forth. The game doesn't necessarily reflect the ideas of the designers, although I got a feeling that maybe George Broussard had something to do with that. So that's all I gotta say about that. This is Duke Nukem signing off.